Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. I noticed when I put up the video yesterday morning showing our shredded bench press session with me and my friends from the gym, a lot of people are asking about the board work, and even though I've covered this in multiple videos in the past, I figure I could dedicate a video specifically to board work. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Okay, a lot of people, and I thought it was really bizarre, and I guess people aren't used to powerlifting, and people were saying things like, oh, why don't you guys try touching your chest, and what are the boards for? I don't understand, what's the point of this? And the ones that were kind of asking about why don't you touch your chest made me laugh, because that was my third bench press session for the week, and on my other two, I did do everything off the chest. And actually, for me personally, I need to do probably twice to three times as much actual board work as I do, because it's the weak link in my bench press right now. And for me, I could probably add another 30 or 40 pounds to my bench press if I was more religious in my board work. And so really, I need to be doing a lot more of it, not less of it. But board pressing serves a number of purposes. As I've discussed in the past in videos, there are benefits to training partial reps that allow you to replicate your normal full range of motion bar path and technique. Now, when you're coming down on a pins, oftentimes you lose your tightness and you lose your form that you're using when you touch pins. And it doesn't matter what sort of lift it is, but particularly the bench press, it's going to hit the pins, it's going to jar, you're going to lose your tightness when you press the pins and then re-push back off of them. Two, hitting pins is going to beat your joints up. It's going to give you, if you do it regularly, it's going to start making your elbows sore, it's going to start making your shoulder joints sore. It's hard on your joints and connective tissue. With a board, it's a soft touch because you touch the board and it sinks in. And you'll notice when all of us were doing our board work, we're able to replicate our exact range of motion. And because the weight is still hitting the chest, we're able to use the leg drive and hip drive that we use on a full range of motion bench press. So your technique is pretty much the same, and with less strain on the joints. Now, you use boards at different heights for different purposes. Now, some of what we were doing is just to break in the bench shirts, because those are all fairly new bench shirts. And it kind of sucks because I bought mine at the start of my cut and I'm already down over 10 pounds and I'm going to lose a lot more. That's just a cheap throwaway shirt for me, but it's already too loose, and I think it's loose enough to the point now to where it's almost useless for me. But you use them to break in your bench shirts because they're too tight and they're too rigid when they're from the factory sometimes, and you need to break them in for your particular body. And oftentimes working down through boards is a good way to do that, because you don't have to do full range of motion and you can just work it in. And some guys will start with a 4 board one week and then do a 3 board the next, and a 2 board the next, and a 1 board the next, and take about 5 sessions to break their bench shirt in. So it's useful for that. But the other things are useful for is, one, training weak points in your range of motion. Wherever your sticking point is on your bench press, you can set the boards to where you press and can use your same technique you use on your normal power bench. You can press from that point or from maybe 1 inch below it, and you can overload it sometimes with more weight. Or even if you're using your 1 rep max, you can do more reps and get more volume in without burning yourself out as much as if you were doing a bunch of 1 rep maxes with that same weight through that range of motion. It's also useful for building up your triceps, because obviously you're pulling the bottom out, so you're not working the chest quite as much and you're getting more tricep work. So it's a good way to build up your triceps, both in terms of strength and size. And of course, that obviously trains the lockout of your bench more. And then it's also useful for when you really want to overload and handle a heavier weight than you can normally bench, because most guys can use more weight off of a 3 or a 4 board than they can on their max bench. And if you have particularly strong triceps, you can do a lot more sometimes over 100 pounds more. But that depends on the person, your strength level, your strength distribution. But yeah, it allows you to train your nervous system to hold and unrack a weight that's heavier than you can normally handle. And a lot of guys like to do that sometimes before they're going to attempt a new bench PR when they're working up in the consecutive weeks before it. They will work off of boards with a weight heavier than their 1 rep max to get used to just handling and holding that weight and holding it in their hands and unracking it and getting used to holding that heavier weight. So it can be good for that, for training your nervous system for a new PR. Now obviously novices don't really need to do board work. This is more intermediate and advanced techniques. So hopefully no one gets the idea from this information that when they only bench 150 pounds that they need to be doing board work, because there's just no point in that. But if you're a more advanced strength athlete or power lifter or even a bodybuilder, it can have its uses. And again, even for the bodybuilders, they can be a fantastic tricep builder. So really it serves a lot of benefits, and I didn't even cover all the points. There's more things that powerlifters use them for, but that covers the basics for you. So hopefully that clarifies that up, and that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.